welcome to English class today. Today is day 19 of our virtual learning and our second day in Bend 3. So yesterday we practiced making comparisons, and today we're going to start thinking about how to write a compare and contrast essay. Okay, so in the mini lesson I will go through the steps to start an essay with you, and then in the independent time today you'll be working on your own to develop your ideas about thesis statement, and then you'll begin writing. Okay, so first let's have a look at the goal here. It says essayists bring all of their skill to compare and contrast essays by comparing what is similar and contrasting what is different. Okay, so what this means is that you need to remember everything we did in Bend 1 and Bend 2 and bring it into this essay. So here are the steps that I will demonstrate today. Okay, so first we're going to take a text we know well, and for me today I'm going to use Raymond's Run. Okay, we're going to think about themes addressed in that text. I will consider other texts that address the same theme. So remember, back to our earlier lessons on themes, we said that they're universal. And by universal we mean that people in different places and different times can read them and understand the message, okay, and make sense of it and connect it to their world. Okay, so we'll do that, or I will demonstrate that, and then we'll think about how the theme is carried across both books. Okay, so here, this is what we're going to ask. Okay, you can see here. So our questions are, how do the texts address the theme in a similar way, and then how do they address them differently? Okay, so first I'm going to think about Raymond's Run, and we talked a lot about the story, you know it well, and the theme that I'm going to work with today is that sometimes in order to solve a problem we have to change the way that we look at it or approach it. Okay, so now I'm going to think, do I know any other stories that convey that same message? Okay, and I do. And the story is The Three Little Pigs, okay, from earlier in Bend 1. Okay, that was our story from day 1 of this unit. Okay, so I've got my two stories. Now I'm going to think, how does Raymond's Run convey that theme? And then how does Three Little Pigs convey that theme? Okay, so here's my shared theme. Sometimes you have to change the way you approach a problem to solve it. Okay, so in my head and in my notebook, I'm writing down things that describe how that theme is conveyed in both books. Okay, so what I'm going to do is think of a plan of what's going to happen in my essay. Okay, and these boxes represent paragraphs, so I've got 4 paragraphs, and what I'm going to do is have my introduction here where I'm going to hook the reader, I'm going to provide some background, and I'm going to introduce my theme in the thesis statement. I'm going to say that both books convey this theme. That is my thesis statement, that's my claim. Okay, in paragraph 2, I'm going to start with a topic sentence, and I'm going to say that that theme is conveyed in Raymond's Run. And then in that body paragraph, I'm going to show how Raymond's Run teaches us that theme. And I'm going to look for examples from the beginning, middle, and end of that book. Okay, and I'm going to provide them in this paragraph. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the Three Little Pigs. And my topic sentence will be, the Three Little Pigs also conveys this same message. and I will go through the Three Little Pigs and show how this story conveys that same message. And then I'm going to write my conclusion. Okay? So let's just review. This is what I did. I identified the text, my main text, the one I just read. And for you guys, you're going to use the same one you did your character essay on and your theme essay. Okay, I'm going to think about the themes addressed in those books. And what I'm doing is thinking about one that connects to something else I've read. All right, so you guys in your essays, you wrote about a theme. You all did really well with the themes. I think themes are one of your strengths as readers and writers. So now what we do, we take one theme and we connect it to another. We look for another book that sends the same message. Okay, so I got that. I think about how they address the theme in a similar way and how they address the theme differently. Then I make my plan. Okay, then I make my plan. And there's more than one way to write a compare and contrast essay. This one is called the block method. You don't really need to know that, but it's called the block method because this paragraph is a block about Raymond's Run. This paragraph is a block about Three Little Pigs. Okay. So your work today is to follow these steps and create an outline and then begin writing in your notebook. Okay, so in your notebook you could create something like I did here with these blocks. Maybe you fill it in with the examples and the evidence that you're going to use. Okay, maybe you get that much done today. Maybe you have a more traditional outline with like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, something like that. You could write an introduction today. You could write an introduction and a body paragraph. You could write the whole essay today. We want to be able to get this done in just a few days, and by now, because we've gone through this process several times, I believe you're all going to be successful. Okay, so in Google Classroom with this assignment, I've attached some other charts that will be helpful for you. So here are some tips. Tips for comparing and contrasting. Okay, and some of this we talked about yesterday. For you guys, I think this middle section here is very useful. This is some language that you can use inside your paragraphs, okay, and between your paragraphs. Okay, and then there's another one that's attached with literary language. So these are all words that you know. These are words you learned in 2nd grade and 3rd grade and 4th grade and 5th grade. So with this essay, I'd like you to start including some of this literary language in your writing. Okay, so again, have a look at this. Have a look at Bend 3 at a glance. That's also attached to today's assignment. So you can see when we expect this to be due and what you're going to do on Monday and Tuesday. So the more you can get done today, the better off we'll be. So please get started, and I will be pulling you in small groups to do conferences. Okay, so good luck and happy Friday.